At the Antrim Coast Half Marathon race in Northern Ireland, Yalemzerf Yehualaw shocked the world by taking down Ruth Chepngetich's incredible half marathon world record. Before this race, Yehualaw had already shown great ability and potential in the half marathon distance a number of times, such as when she finished third at the World Half Marathon Championships, taking home the bronze medal in a fantastic time of 65 minutes and 40 seconds. In addition to the New Delhi Half Marathon last year, where she finished first, while clocking an incredible time of 64 minutes and 46 seconds to place her as fourth all time, as well as beat second place Ruth Chepngetich by 20 seconds. However, these two races suffer in comparison to her performance earlier this year at the Istanbul Half Marathon, where she lined up against the 2019 Marathon World Champion Ruth Chepngetich in a bid to make history. In this race, Ruth Chepngetich made a surge with just 2 kilometres to go, which separated her from Yehualaw, who was beginning to look tired. And Ruth managed to hold this pace all the way to the finish line, which resulted in Chepngetich taking home the gold medal in an unbelievable world record time of 64 minutes and 2 seconds, while Yalemzerf placed second in a very quick time of 64 minutes and 40 seconds. This race announced to the world that Yalemzerf Yehualaw meant business, and as she was aged at just 21 years old, this made many people excited about her future in running. Coming into this exciting race, Yehualaw knew a world record was possibly on offer, but she also knew that the race would have to go almost perfectly due to the outstanding speed and stamina of Ruth Chepngetich. To break this world record, Yalemzerf would have to go under an average pace of 4 minutes and 53 seconds per mile, which would no doubt prove to be a very tough task. But as Yehualaw lined up against her competitors at the start of the race, she would have had full confidence in her abilities that she could do the impossible and take down this historic world record. And as this race got underway, Yehualaw settled in alongside her two pacers, Mo Ali and Roy Hornweg, in addition to many of the top runners from the men's race, as both the elite men and elite women set off at the same time. Before this race, Yalemzerf's pacers announced that they would go off at a very fast pace for the first 3 to 5 kilometres in order to give her the best chance of coming away victorious. And they did not disappoint, as through the first 3 kilometres they hit a time of 8:54, which is 10 seconds inside the world record pace, while Yehualaw continued to look comfortable. And from then on, the pacers sustained this insane pace as they went through the 5 kilometre mark in a time of 50 minutes and 5 seconds, which is still 5 seconds inside the world record time set by Ruth Chepngetich. This time through 5k converts to an average pace of 4 minutes and 52 seconds per mile, or 3 minutes and 1 second per kilometre. Through the 10,000 metre point in this race, Yalemzerf split a time of 30 minutes and 22 seconds, which is once again inside the targeted world record pace. In addition, this split also counts as the fastest ever 10k in Britain during a half marathon race, and I'm sure it was at this point in the race that many people watching this half marathon realised that something special was going to happen. And as they went through the 15 kilometre point in this race, Yehualaw began to feel the benefit of a tailwind, as she and her pacers once again began to pick up the pace, clocking a time of 45:24, which equates to 6 seconds inside world record pace with just 6 kilometres left to run. As Yehualaw entered the last 600 metres of this race, she continued to accelerate the pace as she still looked incredibly strong while being well inside the world record pace. And with just 200 metres to go in this fabulous race, Yehualaw entered the home straight, and for the first time in this half marathon, a grimace began to appear on her face as she completely emptied the tank in an attempt to knock as much time off the world record as possible. And while the crowd cheered her over the line, Yalemzerf Yehualaw made history as she sprinted over the finish line to claim the gold medal in a new world record time of 63 minutes and 43 seconds, making her the first woman ever to break 64 minutes in the marathon. At the age of just 22 years old, I believe there is still a lot more to come from Yehualaw, despite how much she has achieved at such a young age, and I think that in the future she will go on to beat this record again and again, beginning a new reign of dominance in the half marathon. But make sure you comment down below, do you think anybody else will be able to break this unbelievable world record, and if so, who will it be? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, it would be great if you could like the video and subscribe to the channel, which would be very appreciated.